Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lighten Up with Bo. We're going through the lessons. I don't know what brought you to my page today, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you made it here. And my intention with Lighten Up is just to really help you remember to take a breath and to really find your way home to the lightness that you are. That the world really has no power to harm you, to cause you upset, to cause you unrest, that freedom happens in your mind. I got bad news for you. There's no answer outside of you in a person, in a place, or anything that will help you find freedom. Only you can set yourself free. Now, there's people like me that might be able to help you, which is nice. But if you're looking for a quick fix where something or something, someone, some drug can do it for you, you are, in my experience, that is not reality. That's a fairy tale of our mind. But lighten up. And hopefully these lessons help you. If you don't have A Course in Miracles, that's okay. There's free apps that have the entire lessons. There's the book. Or you can just follow along with these videos and do your best to put them into practice. Because the only way that we will heal our mind is be in practice of whatever spiritual path we feel devoted to. It's not just a cute sentiment. It is a daily practice of undoing. And so I just felt like I love the Course in Miracles, and I feel like I just want to kind of relate it to the world, help people not take everything so seriously, and just feel lighter. Just feel lighter in your life, but not just like the body identity that you are. Like, hey, I just want you to be more comfortable. For me, the Course in Miracles is unlearning the identity, the Bo, with a birthday and a nationality and a sexual preference and a gender and all these labels and identities that we teach ourselves in this human experience. Lightening up is actually releasing all the illusions and blocks and fantasies in our mind to who and what we think we are. Because I don't care who you are, I'm going to confidently say that everybody watching this has a desire somewhere in them to truly live permanently free. But while we are right about all the things we believe in our minds that the ego feeds us, and we're stuck out in judgment and criticism in the world, it is impossible to be free. We got to look inside and heal our mind as we individually choose to be the Christ we are, the awakened nature, the Buddha, the one self. As we individually stand up and become the expression of perfect, playful, joyful love, others follow. So you are meant to be that. So we're on lesson 31 in A Course in Miracles. So if you're not doing the lessons, I hope you'll begin. You can go through all my videos, but maybe this lesson will just help you wherever you are in the world right now. So lesson 31, I am not the victim of the world I see. That lesson brings emotion to my soul, because there's such a freedom in that statement if I allow it. I am not the victim of the world I see. Nothing can happen to me unless I choose it to right here. Today's idea is the introduction to your declaration of release. It is the introduction, the beginning to your declaration of release. What a beautiful freedom to realize that you have the power to declare your freedom. That you have the power to release yourself. Again, the idea should be applied to both the world you see without and the world you see within. So it's basically saying, like yesterday's lesson, you'll do a few of these with eyes open and a few of them closed. We will use in applying the idea, we will use a form of practice that will be used more and more, with changes to be indicated. Generally speaking, the form of doing the lesson includes two aspects. One in which you apply the idea on a more sustained basis, and the other consisting of frequent applications of the idea throughout the day. So the more Sustained basis is when we're doing the longer practice periods, where you might do 2, 1 in the morning, 1 at night. Maybe it calls for 5, but it will let you know. And then the other ones are like when you do them like every half hour or every 20 minutes, it says. Just try to remember to say the lesson in your mind. I am not the victim of the world I see. Paragraph 2. 2 longer periods of practice with the idea for today are needed. So only 2. So it's most people are going to say morning and night, but 2. 1 in the morning and 1 at night. Oh, it says that. 3 to 5 minutes for each of them is recommended, right? Again, you can set a timer or use the many Course in Miracles apps that have timers built in. I think the one I have is now $6. There are free ones, but it used to be free. It's called ACIM Reminder or Remind, I believe. During that time, look about you slowly while repeating the idea 2 or 3 times. Then close your eyes and apply the same idea to your inner world. You will escape from both together, for the inner is the cause of the outer. So what it's saying is this lesson, you will, for the first minute or so, you'll say it really slowly as you look around. I am not the victim of the world I see. And again, I used the news a couple lessons ago. I don't watch the news, but maybe you watch social media news or TV news, or it doesn't matter. But you are not the victim of crazy news or publications or traffic or a boss or coworkers or a partner. So as you're looking around, you're saying, I am not a victim of the world I see. Maybe I see a bee or a wasp outside the window, and many of you might go, oh my God, I'm allergic to those animals. I'm afraid of them. Maybe you see a spider in a web. I am not a victim of the world I see. Remember what the opening sentence says. Today's idea is the introduction to your declaration of release. So you say it 2 or 3 times really slowly. Then you close your eyes. Again, this is a 3 to 5 minute period. And as people, places, situations going on in your life, physical, emotional, spiritual, as they cross your mind, as it crosses your mind, you'll then say, I am not a victim of the world I see. Even if you don't believe that, remember what we go back to. In the opening introduction of A Course in Miracles, it says you don't have to believe these. You may actively resist them. Remember, the ego mind, the ego system wants nothing to do with freedom. It wants you kind of finding pseudo-freedom, but it doesn't want you to look true freedom in the face. It's terrified of freedom because freedom is the ego system's demise. You will escape from both together, the outer and the inner, because we also have all these inner fantasies, so we get to see the insanity of what we like to imagine. The inner is the cause of the outer. Paragraph 3. As you survey your inner world, merely let whatever thoughts cross your mind come into your awareness, each to be considered for a moment and then replaced by the next. Try not to establish any kind of hierarchy among them. Just watch them come and go as dispassionately as possible. Do not dwell on any one in particular, but try to let the stream move on evenly. The thought comes in and you let it go. The thought comes in and you let it go. So try to let the stream of thoughts come in and move calmly and evenly without any special investment on your part. As you sit and quietly watch your thoughts, repeat today's idea slowly to yourself as often as you care to, but with no sense of hurry. So that means you may watch a couple thoughts go by and then say, I am not a victim of the world I see. And if you end up going for 2 minutes watching ideas go by and then go, I am not a victim of the world I see. Great. The intention is you say it slowly, as often as you might want to, but not in a sense of hurry. So maybe if you were to have a thought go by and then perfectionistically try to say it after each thought, maybe that's too perfectionistic. Give yourself some grace, as Spirit does. And paragraph 4, in addition, repeat the idea for today as often as possible during the day. Remind yourself that you're making a declaration of independence. Hello, gorgeous wasp. I am not a victim of the world I see. Sorry, I just saw a wasp outside the window again. Remind yourself that you are making a declaration of independence in the name of your own freedom. And in your freedom lies the freedom of the world. Some of you might be terrified to hear that, but I assure you, in your freedom lies the freedom of the world. Again, the Course says it over and over. Stop trying to change the world. The world is the effect of our individual, collective, individual minds. Declare yourself free, and you will free the world. Imagine if we all did that. The idea for today, paragraph 5, is particularly useful one to use as a response. It is a particularly useful one to use as a response to any form of temptation. It is a declaration that you will not yield to it and put yourself in voluntary bondage. I love the wording in the Course. So that's just basically saying temptation, meaning any temptation to deviate into fear, to judgment, to criticism, to blame. So when we're looking out in the world and we want to go into reaction or fear, clearly I've separated myself from them, so I'm not one with them. And then if I'm not one with them, of course I'm going to judge them, and as I judge them, I become a victim. But if I go, oh wait, I am not a victim of the world I see. You might still feel emotion, irritated. Maybe the ego's like, God, what? I want him to react. So it feels contrary. That's okay. Just put it in practice, even if you don't feel perfectly at peace or whatever the false ego spiritual self is trying to tell you, well, wait, you don't feel calm and joyful and peaceful? Practice. So if you showed up here today, even if you're not doing the lessons in A Course in Miracles, just remember you are not a victim. Everything that's happening in your world is by your choice, by the thoughts and beliefs that you hold that you may be aware of or unaware of, that are then projected outward as a way to not look inward. I am not a victim of the world I see. Glory be to God. Glory be to life. Glory be to the truth. So have a beautiful day and night wherever you are in the world. Thanks for tuning in to the lessons, to Lighten Up with Bo. Go play some pickleball. Go play beach tennis. Go dance. Go swing. Go move. Go take a singing lesson. Be playful. Move into the more playful, childlike expression of your heart. Lighten up. Lighten up. So remember, you can comment if you have a comment about the video or have a question. If you want me to do a video on a related topic, you can message me on lightenupmovement.com. If you subscribe, you'll be made in the loop when a video comes out. If you hit like, I don't know. But just follow your heart. I'm glad to have you. And I'll see you on another lesson or somewhere in the world soon. Be well.